This week on Dial In, we are so focused on football, we're getting into the helmet. Fuzzy, let us know how it feels to be on the field.
Well, I must say, since it is turned off currently, it is very dark. I can't see shit.
Like Baker's
His
future
versus
in
picks.
football.
Sounds like Tua mode to me.
God. Oh, God, guys.
Welcome back to the podcast, boys.
Week 6 recap of Dial In. I'm Fuzzy. That's Cap. And that was Baker. You can't see him yet, just like I can't see shit right now. Yeah. Baker is gonna get kicked off the podcast for making bad Tua jokes again. And yeah. No, I hope you guys enjoy this week's episode. We recapped a couple of things that happened. We went over verses. We had a new DraftKings head-to-head mode that we debuted. You're gonna have to see who won that episode. Also with verses, there was another winner, maybe a first-time winner, maybe not. You guys are gonna have to look. What's that?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. And then we covered Broncos. They just need to be off prime time. They suck.
Please take them away.
Yep. Ravens are also dead in the water. You know, first 3 quarters, guys. If you can get your bets for the first half points and lead, choose the Ravens. Other than that, same with the Packers. Actually, those are good bets to place on FanDuel. But choose the other team to win those because God, they suck. Jets stomp the Packers. Giants stomp the Ravens. It's ridiculous. And speaking of stomping, Steelers stomped on old man Brady. It was great. It was a great time to be a Steelers fan. Hope you guys enjoy this week's episode. It is very dark. I can't feel my face. I love y'all. Let's dial in.
Dial in, boys. Let's go, baby.
All right, boys. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and switch it up this week. And we're going to jump straight into verses.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so week 6 was a very, very interesting week. There was a lot of surprises. So first things first, our Thursday night game, Commanders versus Bears. So
yes,
I went with the Commanders. Cap and Baker both chose the Bears. Commanders came out on top. Then we had the Ravens and the Giants. All 3 of us chose the Ravens. However, Mr. Dable decided he was going to surprise everybody, and he just slapped his dick on the desk right in front of the Ravens and said, admire it. And Giants came out on top.
That was impressive.
Yeah,
by them.
yeah. Giants are for real this year, and maybe it's just the Ravens are dead. Ravens are always. Ravens seem to start strong for the first 3 quarters and then just shit the bed. I think it's pretty accurate.
Well, now
statement.
they got Deshaun Jackson, so Hail Mary every game,
Massive signing
or every play.
Yep. Up next, Jags versus Colts. Cap decided to go with the Colts. Myself and Baker both went with the Jags. Colts came out on top. Colts surprised us, with the Jags blowing them out earlier in the season. I knew it was going to be an interesting one, and it was. Up next, Patriots versus Browns. All 3 of us went with the Browns. We went with the Brownies. Bill Belichick showed us why not to.
Right.
You can't go against Bill Belichick. Patriots came out on top. Up next, the Bengals versus the Saints. Cap decided to go with the Saints. Myself and Baker both went with the Bengals, and Bengals came out on top.
It's a close game.
Yeah. Game number 6, Bucks versus the Steelers. Oh, man, this one killed me. All 3 of us went with the Bucks, and Steelers managed to pull one out. And they beat an old man. So it was a very depleted secondary, and Tom Brady just couldn't get it done.
Another close game, though.
Very close. It was a 2-point game, right? I think it was 2 points.
18-20,
Yep.
Steelers.
Up next, 49ers versus the Falcons. Cap decided to go with the Falcons. I wanted to go with the Falcons so bad. And myself and Baker both went with the 49ers. Falcons came out on top. Falcons look legit, man. They look good.
I know you rubbed off on me. I've been shitting on the Falcons all year.
Yeah, they look really, really good. Marcus Mariota's putting in some magic, man.
Man, they got a fight in them.
Yep.
Falcons, there's something about them, but they fight every week.
Yep.
It's almost
they
like
really
you
do.
can't say they're playing above their skill set anymore. Now that is just they're an average, if not kind of above average team from what we've expected.
Yep. Up next, Jets versus the Packers. Here's another team that's surprising everybody. The Jets came out on top. All three of us chose the Packers. We figured an Aaron Rodgers loss against the Giants would make him bounce back and want to whoop the shit out of the other New York team, and he just couldn't get it done.
Man, that was shocking. That division, though, that's the second strongest division at the moment.
And it's crazy.
I don't want to get into my division, but okay. Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots.
Yeah,
they're 15-9 right now. That's the second strongest division in the NFL.
Yeah, we're gonna get into your division too because I'm upset. Vikings versus the Dolphins. All three of us chose the Vikings. Vikings got it done. Dolphins are dead. Tua's supposed to come back this week against the Steelers. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, Panthers versus Rams. All three of us chose the Rams. If the Rams did not win that, just write them off and send them to the CFL. Like, it's bad. Rams were able to come out on top. Cardinals versus Seahawks. Ooh. I went with the Seahawks. Cap and Baker both went with the Cardinals. Seahawks and Geno Smith were able to get it done. Love it. And then Bills versus Chiefs. I'm surprised. I'm the only one that had faith in the Bills. This is crazy to me. Cap and Baker both went with the Chiefs.
I was thinking Baker made a really good point about that the Chiefs are going to pull it off, and then maybe in the playoffs, Bills will get them back. I was riding high on Mahomes.
Yeah.
7-0 being an underdog, and I guess he's 7-1 now.
Yeah, I mean, last year, I'm pretty sure Buffalo won during the regular season, and then they obviously lost in the playoffs. But I was kind of hoping that was going to be reversed this year, and we'd see Buffalo kind of go a little bit deeper in the playoffs. But
yeah,
now that they got home field, and that really is an advantage from what we found out their away locker rooms look like. That's really going to be rough when Kansas City rolls in there.
On that game, I will say, though, is Mahomes has thrown an interception in his past 3 games on a game-winning drive.
Because he's trying to do too much, I think.
I agree.
I really do. By the way, surprising fact about that game, Justin Poyer for the Bills was not cleared to fly. He has pockets of air in his lungs, and if he flew, like it could have been fatal. So him and the team rented a Sprinter van for him and his family. They drove 15 hours to Kansas City so he can compete. So playing football, yes. Flying in airplanes, no.
Is that a new segment?
What?
Strongest man of the week?
Man, that should be. Justin Poyer has definitely got it for me.
Man, that guy's earning his contract.
Well, and he's at a contract year this year, so it's super impressive. Up next, we have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Myself and Cap both went with Dem Boys. Baker went with the Eagles. Should have gone with the Eagles. Eagles came out on top. Cooper Rush.
Watch your mouth.
Cooper Rush showed why he's a backup.
That was just how that was supposed to go, for Dak to come rolling back in and win a couple games before their bye. That was just, I mean, if the NFL was scripted, that would be the script right there.
100%. And I mean, it is perfect timing. Dak is coming back next week, and we'll see this week, and see how he does. And then
he's probably gonna throw like 7 touchdowns a game.
Set a new record, no problem. And then
he's over here spelling INT wrong.
And then the final game of the week. I'm so sick of both of these teams. Broncos versus Chargers. Can we get the fucking Broncos off of primetime, please? They have 7 primetime games this year. That's
And
ridiculous.
we already had 5, right?
No, 4.
Oh, 4. Man, it feels like 12, but you know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All 3 of us went with the Chargers.
Sunday night. Can we flex them out of these things,
right?
or what?
Like let's put a better game up. But
It's not Russell Wilson. If we're gonna have the Broncos, just put somebody else in. I can't ride that train anymore. It's a hard watch.
yeah, man, Russell Wilson's riding the Denver Broncos to the dirt. So we all went with the Chargers. Chargers were able to come through. All right, we'll make our picks here in a little while. We're gonna go ahead and jump over to the Week 6 injury rundown. Some key injuries. Marquise Brown, good old Hollywood. He is potentially having a season-ending foot injury. Thoughts and prayers go out to him. It was they're saying it was a fracture. I've heard some say it was a sprain, a high ankle sprain, but potentially season-ending. So hopefully it's not for them. Hopefully he'll be able to come back. Luckily for the Cardinals, though, DeAndre Hopkins is coming back this week, and they just signed Robbie Anderson. They traded for him from the Panthers after he was arguing with the coach. Up next, we have
Robbie knew how to get out of Carolina. That was his goal, and he made it.
Yeah. He went out of arguably the worst team in the NFL to somebody that can contend, especially with DeAndre Hopkins back. Up next, we have Carson Wentz. He's looking at a recovery timeline of 4 to 6 weeks after suffering a fractured ring finger. Spurs go out to good old Carl. Man, he looked tough during that game, shaking his hand around with the broken finger. It seemed like maybe he was just hoping it was a dislocation, and yeah, that's super unfortunate. Kenny Pickett suffered a concussion midway through the third quarter in the Steelers-Bucks game. Mitch Trubisky came back in, and man, Money Mitch was fucking money. Him and Chase Claypool had a connection. It was very, very impressive. Steelers are hoping to get Kenny Pickett back for Week 7 against the Dolphins, with Tua coming back as well. This is going to be the Concussion Bowl, so we'll see how that goes.
Awesome.
Man, that's pretty rough because that was supposed to be the momentum that you guys needed.
Yep.
And here comes Trubisky.
Yep. Yeah, but they've already announced that if Pickett's ready to go, Pickett's going to start.
Yeah, Tomlin already squashed the controversy. It's just when you get him back.
Yep. But he was a full participant today in practice, so that is a good sign. Lane Johnson for the Eagles, offensive tackle, left Sunday's win in the first half after entering concussion protocol. They have a Week 7 bye, so fantasy owners, make sure you're looking at your bye weeks. He has 2 weeks to clear protocol before the Week 8 matchup with the Steelers. Fun fact, I might be going to that game.
Ooh, I hope you do.
Yeah,
can we do a podcast live from the stands?
I would do it. Up next, Randall Cobb. Man, this one was rough. He was extremely emotional as he was getting carted off the field. Luckily, he avoided a season-ending injury, and he's only expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks now due to a sprained ankle. It looked a lot worse than it ended up being. So,
dodge that bullet. I've been there.
Yep,
I've been there.
This was a very gruesome injury. Mainly because of how they were taking him off. Cameron Brate for the Bucks left Sunday's game on a backboard with a very scary neck injury. They had a face mask removed on his helmet, but he was able to fly home with the team. His follow-up scans were negative, which is a good sign. So hopefully everything follows up really well, and we'll see how that goes.
Definitely.
All right, game of the week. What do you guys think is your game of the week this week?
Well, I would vote game of the week would be Denver against the Chargers for completely selfish reasons that Cap knows about. But really, the one that was the most enjoyable was definitely Buffalo, Kansas City for me.
Yeah, I would agree. I think
For
you saying
me-
the Broncos versus Chargers one, I almost kicked you off the podcast, and we almost had a third spot opening.
No, actually, I was telling Cap that I just turned the game off and had to walk away because we had some fantasy implications. And every time I scored a point, I lost 2. It was wild. And then somehow I came back to a win. So it was just the best thing ever to turn off. And I don't even know what I went to watch.
I'm thinking game of the week. Man, I would say Jets versus Packers.
Okay.
Man, the Jets really put it on Green Bay, and that should be praised upon. And I mean, they're 4-2 now, and Rodgers' first time with the coach. I think he lost back-to-back games. That's
Yep.
impressive.
Yep.
So New Jersey, stand up, baby.
Man, the 2 games, 3 games I really, really enjoyed this week. Number 1, Bills versus Chiefs, just because that's my AFC conference, or that's the AFC championship matchup for me. I think those two are going to be seeing each other very late into the playoffs. And it's always such a nail biter, man. It's such a good time. I love watching Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. They're magicians. And dude, I was watching. Josh Allen was fucking juking people, jumping over. Dude, he's a freak. I
will say though, with that game, Tony Romo called that 24-20.
I love Tony Romo as an analyst and a commentator. I think he's fantastic. My dad hates him.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah. My other 2 games of the week were the Bucks versus Steelers. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory there. Steelers able to pull out a massive upset against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, which Big Ben mentioned on Footballin' that while he was at the stadium, he was like, I don't really feel the itch to go out there and play against the GOAT. And he mentioned, Tom Brady is the GOAT. Like, he's happy. He's content with retiring. But he mentioned that Tom Brady doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. It's a shame Tom Brady coming back. He's putting that $375 million TV analyst or commentating with Fox on the side to play one more year, and it's ruining everything for him. And then my final one.
Are we going to get one more year? Another one more year?
He's done. Yeah, he's done. If he wants to save any form of his marriage, I hate talking about personal life stuff, but because it's out there so much right now, he's got to be done after this year. And then
he made a statement. Not to interrupt you. He made a statement about how it's hard to focus on personal life when it's football season. And I think that people took that out of context to where they made it seem like Brady doesn't care about his family when he plays football. And that's just ridiculous. And that's the internet for you. So in our podcast, we don't support any of that nonsense. That's ridiculous. I think that every football player or anyone that has a career, when you're clocked in, you're focused on your job. So,
I
mean, I don't think it's fair to sit there and scrutinize a man that openly makes a statement on his career.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned that when the football season comes around, he views it as like a military deployment, and he's getting a lot of scrutiny for that. I don't think he should. He wasn't saying it is like he's in the military. He's just saying like when soldiers and go away for a deployment, they're focused on one mission, one job, right? And I think that's what he was trying to relay, and he just sort of did it in poor terms.
Well, I wouldn't say it's poor terms. I think it's poor sports coverage.
Poor reception of the comments.
Yeah.
Yes. Journalism is awful nowadays. I think we can all agree with that. And I don't think that's what Brady said, and I don't think that's what he meant. And I think that people who cover sports, they take clips and they put it out on the internet to get views. Nowadays, everything is like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Like, we don't get the 8, 12 minutes or whatever it is. You're like, back in the days when you have a NFL Network, you'd watch the game recaps would be 15 minutes of every first down, every whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays on the internet, it's this is going to get us views, and
Yep.
so we're going to use this, and so everyone looks like a bad guy. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Here on our podcast, we cover sports, we cover what's actually happening, and like to go back to what Fuzzy said, we don't like to cover personal life stuff because there's two sides to that story.
Yeah.
And we're not going to spend time looking at the other side. So it is what it is. And I think that story is very misleading and bullshit when it comes to football.
There is no need for three people that have never talked to any of the people involved in that relationship to sit here and start telling everybody what we think of that relationship. Kind of
100%
makes no sense.
I agree. And then for my final week of the game, game of the week, I would say the Ravens versus the Giants. Giants have been extremely impressive with Daboll leading the team. And Ravens have been really lackluster. They're able to get it done through three quarters, like I mentioned, and then they just fall apart in that fourth. I almost wonder if Lamar Jackson just stops caring during the fourth.
But, I don't know about that, but it hasn't just been this week. It has been every game this season. At some point, they've had a double-digit lead. Mm-hmm. And I believe they've entered every fourth quarter of the year either tied or ahead, and they're only finished with 3-3. So it's not that the offense hasn't been working. It's not that things aren't going, but for some reason, you get to the fourth quarter and they start dropping off a cliff, and it's pretty consistent at this point that that's what's going to be happening.
Another team that's dropping off the cliff is the Packers. Halftime, man. They can't make any adjustments, or they're not making any adjustments. They're allowing teams to come back. I mean, weren't they leading against the Giants and the Jets, and they just at halftime comes around, the other teams are making the proper adjustments that they need to make, and Packers coming out la-di-da.
Eighth in scoring differential in the first half, 30th in scoring differential in the second half.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What's wild about that is that their defense, not to interrupt you, sorry, they've only give up 984 yards. So that's pretty concerning for me. They're relying on their quarterback.
Yep.
And now if you rely on your quarterback every single week, why are you not investing? You know?
Why have they not signed OBJ yet? What is stopping them?
Well, maybe. Don't leak it. No. Don't leak it because we got the info. Don't leak it. But I will say that with that team relying on Rodgers every single effing week, it's mind-boggling that, okay, hey, we're down, but hey, we got Rodgers. How many Hail Marys does this guy have to throw to get you a dub?
Watch, if Rodgers has to do the rest of the year like this, he's going to retire by the end of next year.
He should have went to Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, not with Hackett.
But he knows Hackett. He knows Hackett really well. Hackett was his offensive coordinator, wasn't he?
Hey, that's why he didn't go. That's the story I'm sticking with. If I knew that guy and now you see what he's doing somewhere else, we all know he's thinking, boy, did I make the right move staying here.
So Aaron Rodgers says he talks to Hackett all the time. Maybe, dude, all right, here we go. How about Denver Broncos are going to trade for Aaron Rodgers and give up Russell Wilson to the Packers?
Ain't nobody going to pay that goddamn contract.
Thanks.
No, but
that's a life
sentence. Funny to think.
Hey, Denver is screwed for the next 2-3 years. I don't know what happened. That's ridiculous. I don't know what the hell that team was thinking, but man, if you put Rodgers on Denver, imagine with that defense,
Super Bowl
with those receivers.
Super Bowl.
You look at Russell Wilson, and I still have to believe that there is a mental situation going on, whether it's that
100%.
he doesn't know who he is or what it is. I just cannot believe that physically and talented, he just fell off of a cliff overnight. But he does come off as the most disingenuous guy I've ever seen since he's gotten to Denver.
Apparently he's been like this though. So I heard a good story. Maybe he hit his peak and he is falling off. Maybe it's the end of his career. He's just not able to do it anymore. Maybe that's why the Seahawks were so ready to get rid of him, Because if he was playing like he used to play in Seattle,
Right.
there's no way Seattle's going to let him go.
Right.
There's no way. And maybe Seattle saw what was coming. They saw the writing on the wall and they said, all right, we're good with it later.
Yeah, I heard what Marshawn was talking with Sherman. And he was saying that he was, he wanted to reach out and just make sure Russell was okay. Hey, now that he's not in a Seahawks uniform, like I'd like to reach out and just make sure the old boy's okay, that everything's going well. And the joke was, who are you going to reach out to? His manager? And he goes, and that's why I haven't talked to him.
Yep.
Because if I can't call you direct, I ain't calling.
Yep. Team 3. That's such a mess up there, but it is what it is.
There's a lot of draft picks they forked out. It's a lot of money.
2 first rounders, 2 second rounders,
and they have that
something
defense.
Million.
Like, why
Maybe
would you do that to your team?
The best part of those Denver games is when they zoom in on a couple of receivers or
slamming their helmets.
Back, you start seeing them lip syncing what they're saying back and forth. Oh, that's
my God,
that's
that
a good
was
time.
so good.
It's so good.
They need to put Russell Wilson in These Are the Days of Our Lives. That boy is so corny. It blows my mind.
Yep. All right, so that covers Sunday Night Football pretty much to a T. Just those games with the Broncos are a great defense, super low scoring games. I'm choosing the under on every single Broncos game.
Smart.
From now on. Same probably with Thursday Night Football games because all of those have been really low too. But
They're
mainly because they're
so
Broncos.
bad, man.
Oh. If I was Amazon, I'd be
so bad.
pissed. I'd be wanting all my money back.
Like, who are these NFL guys? Yeah, cancel that.
I thought we paid for the NFL, not the XFL. What the fuck? Raj? Hello? Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you hear about their new purchase for next year? Amazon got a Black Friday game coming next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I heard about that.
We'll have Thursday games next year, and then we'll have a game on Friday. I don't know if they're going to give it to a specific team, kind of like Detroit and so forth get Thanksgiving, but
Cowboys and
yeah, the Cowboys.
Yeah, I've also heard Amazon wants the Sunday ticket, which I would love.
Shit, me too, man.
That would be
Amazon
a joy.
Prime, baby.
Imagine getting all the different camera angles for all the different games every Sunday. That would be fantastic.
I love watching their Prime View.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt to watch every game. You have to pay a subscription and then subscribe to something else, and like, come on, man.
Yep, just put it all in one spot.
Thank
you.
I
that's
agree.
why I was a little jealous of earlier when Fuzzy said, one of his favorite games of the week was the Pittsburgh game, because I didn't really get the full screenshot. I'm just watching it on Red Zone, and every time it pops up, it just disappears right back again. It's like, take me back there. That's the game right now.
It was such a good game. It was back and forth, man. I'll hook you up with what I use, and I don't want to say it in the podcast, but I got you with something that I think you might enjoy.
I like it.
Shit, if we leak it, you better be our new sponsor.
Hey,
shout out to XXXX.
What? Pornhub? What? All right. So, with today's episode, we have a Thursday night football game coming up. And man, it's seeming like it's going to be a barn burner.
Well, Hopkins, he's back.
Yeah.
Maybe that helps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dial in, boys. We're going to watch it either way, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the issue. Right?
Who the hell picks the schedule?
Here's the issue. All right. We got the game starts at 8:15. My ass is up at 5 a.m.
Right.
It's hard, dude, to stay up the entire time for these games. It's fucking hard.
That's not the issue I have here at all.
Well, I mean, lucky you're on the West Coast.
That's one of the first times that yeah, that's one of the first times that's been said recently. That's for sure.
If you're a sports fan, you're loving it.
Yep. But it's a battle of the 2 and 4 teams of the Saints and the Cardinals. I feel like the Cardinals are the better 2 and 4 team there. Man, D-Hop coming back. You got what's his face from the Panthers coming back or coming to town?
Robbie Anderson.
Yep, thank you. It slipped. I said his name earlier.
You think he's gonna play right away, or?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he could run 9 routes right away.
Yeah, especially with Hollywood Brown being injured, I think they're gonna need him.
I almost felt like, Hollywood Brown going down and Robbie Anderson coming over was a great fit, perfect timing.
Yeah.
But I almost felt like that was done so that Green Bay couldn't make a move.
Yeah.
I do think that it was almost somewhat kind of blocking Green Bay getting some sort of help. And I just do not see, sorry, Green Bay fans, I don't see Odell wearing green this year. That's just not a real thing. So I wouldn't be relying on that to save the season in a couple weeks either.
So the Chiefs just cleared $3.5 or $3.455 million in cap space with negotiating Kelsey's contract recently. And man, if Kansas City gets Odell Beckham Jr., oh shit, watch out. But
it's gonna take him several weeks for him to maybe the playoffs will be great. I don't know.
I mean, he stepped into LA last year and lit it up. 2 weeks in, started really hitting the ground running. And with the play style in Kansas City kind of being more so off script per se, when the plays break down, I think that would be a very quick chemistry builder between Pat and Odell. That would be a great thing to watch.
Yeah.
But what if it's not Odell? And what if we're working towards getting CMC there? Now that's the piece that they've really missed, and that would really kind of make it a lot easier for everybody if you had a dynamic playmaker who was really a dynamic playmaker in the backfield instead of Hullaire and the good pieces they have, but not the elite piece that McCaffrey would be.
So I don't think the Panthers are actually gonna make a move with CMC. I just don't see it happening. They're probably going to be asking for a ridiculous trade, like 2 first-round draft picks for him or some shit. It's almost like when Kevin Durant was up for trade this year.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's really hard to compare the NBA
100%
space and the draft picks because like lottery picks are the only things that really matter, and then they only have 3 rounds, and so it's two first rounds for any player is
crazy,
wild.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think that you're definitely in the right. Like that is the most likely thing is that he stays for sure. I do agree.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna move him. I think they're gonna ask for something absolutely ridiculous, like they're throwing it out there just to see what they can get for him. But nobody's gonna come close to what they want, which is what happened with Durant. That's what I mean with when it comes to Kevin Durant. Like they said, all right, we want everybody for Kevin Durant.
Right. You know? Shit, the Bills first round, give them Cook, but they won't do that because Bills are their threat. You know.
Yep.
You don't want to help somebody who's going to outplay you.
Nope. Yeah. This Saints Cardinals game though, going back to that, it's going to be interesting. These Thursday night football games suck, man. I'm just going through it.
Yeah. Wednesday, Modern Warfare 2 drops their early
campaign
release. So.
Oh, that's Fuzzy's punchline.
Yeah, but the campaign doesn't matter. He's not going to focus on the campaign as much. Once the game's
until
fully
Friday,
released,
and he's got his long weekend.
no, well, I mean, the campaign is something you play for 5 hours and you're done. Like, it's not like how he was focusing on like Warzone and multiplayer. Like, you don't have that competition with that. Next week, though, yo, this boy's like gonna fucking throw 5 interceptions.
We putting 500 against Cardinals next week.
Mm-hmm. I fucking may, dude. I just may.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, no, because it launches on a Friday or a Thursday or something next week. And who do the Cardinals play?
Where I'm going right now. What do we got? Week 8.
They play the Vikings. Oh yeah, dude, money's on the Vikings hardcore.
Oh boy, I don't bet on the Vikings. I've learned my lesson. I'm a big fan.
That's why I don't bet on the
I'm
Steelers.
not doing it. Yep. I just sit here and cheer. I'm just happy that Kirk Cousins has proved me wrong every step of the way this year, and I just hope he keeps proving me wrong. That's the goal. Keep it going.
All right, let's see. So in our notes we have that Melvin Gordon was benched. He's not happy, and he's hinting at the desire to be cut/traded. Interesting development, though, that happened today. He is going to start for the Broncos versus the Jets, per head coach Nathaniel Hackett. Interesting.
Guys,
I'd be pissed too if I was him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you get a chance to see any of the tweets that he was liking?
No, I did not.
So, my favorite one that he liked, and this is him reading it and then liking, which kind of stamps it for me.
Okay.
And it's, as somebody who loudly stood up for Melvin Gordon over and over again, cut that mother effer tomorrow. And he liked it. And I just found that hilarious.
He one's gone.
So the big thing that's going on right now is Akers is, possibly getting talked about being traded. And I know that it's not the Chargers, but could we see Melvin going back to LA? We know he likes it down in SoCal.
He does.
I could see a nice little swap. I mean, that's where he started.
Yep. I can see that happening 100%. And
So
especially with
get 2
Sean McVay.
malcontent running backs and just swap where they're at and try to solve that problem nice and easy. I think that would work for both teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Sean McVay, I mean, he's mentioned he's looking to shop Akers, and my fantasy team would be very happy with that. Yeah, I could see that working. I think that would be a very good fit, actually. Let's see. Some other news. Dak Prescott has been cleared medically to play, according to Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy. Expect him to throw 40 to 50 balls at practice tomorrow. You got to be happy about that, Cap. You got to be happy. Savior's back in town. Cooper Rush did his job for the past few weeks. Got you guys in a really good spot. And Jesus Christ superstar Dak Prescott is coming back to town.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy about being 4-2 without him. So
yeah,
or 4-1.
I feel like had you started the year and you had him the whole time, and you guys were rolling in right now 4-2, you'd still be pretty content with that. So I'd be pretty ecstatic almost that the rest of your team kind of, I feel like the Cowboys are actually better than they thought they were.
Yep. Another interesting announcement. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur announced that wide receiver Sammy Watkins will have his practice window open, and he'll practice on a limited basis today. And he has been, because he's been on IR the past few weeks.
Yeah,
That's
he'll be
big for the
right back on
Packers.
it. Yeah, but he's gonna be right back on it. So
Yeah.
What's the over/under on games for him to be back?
3, maybe. I
Back
think
on
he
the
plays
IR?
3 games. He's right back on it.
Okay.
And not the dog the guy, but I mean, hey, every human has a track record, and his leads to the IR.
Dominating week 1 performances followed by a vacation.
Yeah. We're gonna fucking choke Cap over here.
Come on, I was drinking some goddamn water. But yeah, this is true. This is true.
All right, so we've got our list of the players of the week. We're gonna go down super quick. I don't have all the details today. So for week 6, the AFC, the offensive player of the week, Josh Allen. Pretty sure there's back-to-back weeks for that man. Congratulations.
Very nice.
Defense is going to be Quinnen Williams from the Jets. I mean, do you really need to say anything? They dumpstered Rodgers. And then for special teams, you have Dustin Hopkins for the Chargers. Didn't he kick 4 field goals on a torn hamstring?
Yeah.
That's like,
damn.
he couldn't even walk afterwards. His teammates had to carry him.
He became a kicking legend Monday night.
Yeah. During the extra point in the second quarter, he felt a pop and proceeded to kick 4 field goals. That's crazy. All right. NFC for offense. You got QB Marcus Mariota, the Atlanta Falcons. Man, he's been so impressive. I love the Falcons this year.
Man, that guy's outplaying his contract.
Yeah, he really is. Another person, Geno Smith, outplaying his contract. For defense, you got cornerback Tariq Woolen for Seattle. And then special teams, you have punter Ryan Wright for the Vikings. Nice to see.
You know you're dominating when you're a punter winning awards.
Yeah,
Tell
man.
you what.
Special teams, just oh, fucking hell of a leg, dude. Hell of a leg.
I mean, I don't like that we got to use him so often, but I'm glad when we do. He's excellent. Let me tell you.
A Vikings fan finally happy about kicking.
Man, it's funny.
Yeah.
You absolutely hate your homeboy Kirk Cousins.
You have literally no idea. You haven't heard not a smidge of it. I'll tell you what. I really like him as a guy. He seems like a great guy. He'd be a great person to hang out with, have some beers, do anything like that. But I mean, he has got a 20% win record against winning teams since he has arrived in Minnesota. That is very hard to ignore as a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has 20 diamond chains on.
Yeah, he was iced out, man. He was iced out.
He was vibing. Hey, man, hey, that's your quarterback.
Oh boy, here we go. Don't put that bad juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right, and then we did our first ever DraftKings head-to-head this week.
Yes, new segment, boys. DraftKings every week. We are going to play against each other.
We're betting on lunch
Fantasy.
money, pretty much. And I believe in our group text chat, let me just pull this up real quick. Oh, yeah. Baker said, I can't wait to, or thanks for the free lunch tomorrow, boys. And
yeah, I went hungry on Monday. It was a rough day.
he did go hungry. However, the person that didn't go hungry definitely wasn't Cap. Sorry, Cap. You went hungry. I did not. Just like in Versus, your boy is fucking winning over here. I just know how to pick him. So I had the Panthers defense. And the Panthers actually came through for me on defense.
I will say with your picks, man, you're a stand-up guy even when you're sitting down.
You know, I try. No, it was very, very close. So between first and second, it was only 5.5 points. So I had 145. Baker had 139.56, and Cap had 127.32. So Cap was in second for the longest time, and then the Bills game came on. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch you with Stephon Diggs." And then he looked at my roster and he saw I had Stephon Diggs as well, and he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that pissed me off. But hey, man, there's always next week.
Yeah, no, next week is definitely it's gonna be interesting. It was fun, man. I actually haven't withdrawn that money, so you know, maybe you can win it back.
Well, I will next week or this week.
We're gonna go up to $100.
Yeah, maybe like summer 2025. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't wanna get into
2025, 2026 when Tarkov fully releases. Gotcha.
Streets. I'll see you. I'll see you on the streets.
They're gonna have a casino on streets. Oh God.
Could you imagine? What are you doing? Oh man, I gotta get my bets in, bro. I'm in the casino.
Oh man, what an interesting week 6 though.
Go back and look at Fuzzy's DraftKings and realize he beat you by 5 points, and he used Kirk Cousins to do it. Oh,
good. You deserve that. You beat me in fantasy this week off of a muff punt. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that was great.
I
That
won
was
my
maybe
fantasy league this week as well. And I
Me
had
too.
Jonathan,
You only
I had
play
Jonathan
one fantasy?
Taylor. I had Jonathan Taylor in as well, and he ended up being a game time decision, I guess, and was inactive. I was like, fuck. So he still got me 0, and I still won.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
playing
That's the
that
second time this year that has happened.
That's the second time this year you started him and he didn't play?
And it's been
Yeah,
inactive.
Okay. Hey,
We
Baker,
definitely have to have
we
some
need
side
to
talks.
get him in our league.
right
right
We'd have some
now.
side talks.
Get in right now.
Why?
Kick
So I
somebody.
can whoop your guys' ass as well?
Players that don't play.
So I feel like the only reason you beat us at DraftKings is because it forces you to start a full roster. And from what I'm
Right.
hearing, I'm really going to not have to worry about that
Right.
in a season-long situation. So
That's what I, heard.
mean,
So
yeah,
That's what I
I'm
heard.
feeling good.
So we'll pull it up. Week 5, was it week 5? No, was it week 5? What week did I start him and he was inactive?
All of the
Oh.
last few.
No. I lost week 4 when he got injured. I didn't play him last week. 2 weeks ago. I played him last week. So this is the only time that I've actually done that. But it's okay because Adam Thielen came in. Mark Andrews went off, dude. He's been big for me this year. Amari Cooper had a decent game. Josh Allen, dude, as a quarterback is phenomenal. Love that man. Oh.
He's
Ba-ding.
breathing out his wins.
I'm so happy, dude. This year's going really good for
Man,
me.
it feels good to be good.
You know, DraftKings betting and my fantasy has all gone really, really well, but it's at the cost of my Steelers. If I could lose every week at all 3 of those and my Steelers win, I would be happy.
See, that's where you and me differ.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care if the Cowboys go 0-17. Give me the money.
Yeah,
I'm taking
I'll pay
the
$10,
money.
$20 a week for the Steelers to win. Hell yeah.
I feel like there's
Okay,
a lot
so that's
more betting
17
going
weeks.
on
That's
than that.
$1,700. Give me $1,700.
No, I said $10 to $20. That's not $1,700. That's $170.
Oh, I misheard you.
It's okay. We know math.
Or I'm bad at
Math is
math.
hard.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, give me the money.
All right, so this week we're doing it. It was a little bit of a shorter week for us because we are going to 2 uploads a week. This one was supposed to be live. YouTube's kind of fucking us a little bit. We will be live Saturday though. Just got to make sure it's going to work properly. So look out for our test stream.
Show up, boys.
Yeah.
Show up.
Other than that, Baker, you got anything else to add?
No, I'm just excited to get this YouTube thing going. See
Yeah.
everybody live Saturday showing up, kind of giving us some love. That would be great.
Yeah, I would love that. What about you, Cap?
I would just like to add that life is really good when Baker is trying to be safe with the verses. Welcome to the first week of you joining, and you got shit on. So,
Not true.
if you
This is
guys
not true.
if you guys want to join and stop by every week and see Baker suck at making predictions, this is the spot.
Yep.
That is true, but the whole first time thing is not true.
So
I've guessed on here a couple times. I think I'm happy we never added those up. I don't think we need to go back, but
I think you still
it's
would have
clear
lost.
as day. If you would
Yeah.
like to win money, pick the opposite of what I say right now.
And this is the content we give you guys. So we don't want you guys to lose. So Baker is literally going to help you guys.
No, yeah, I
Dial
will
in,
be
boys.
completely honest. I'm not going to lie to you.
You want to go 9-5?
Five of 14 last week. That's what it was. 5 of 14. Just think, you would have went the opposite. You would have been feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you would have
And
gone
I'll tell you,
9-5 instead of 5-9.
The ones that I won, I think you guys could have figured out on your own. So you guys could really be moving up.
I'm gonna need you to send me your picks.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
I've got them all written down, but I just think that I would like you guys to go ahead and watch later.
Gotcha. Well, we will be getting into our versus picks. I know I said we'll do it at the end of today, but we're actually going to do it on Saturday.
I think Saturday's the play.
Yep, we just need to do our picks for Thursday night football. So Cardinals versus Saints. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. D-Hop, Robbie Anderson. Yeah, lock it.
Man, Cardinals at home. And
Yep.
I'm just going to roll with the punches and go with the Saints again.
Oh, no. Fuzzy, I can't believe he just did that to you. Now it's going to be me and you over here on Arizona's side. And I don't know if that's really going to work for you. But yeah, I feel like I gotta go Arizona and Kyler Murray one last time before Modern Warfare 2 really drops and get this last win out of them, because I definitely won't be able to take Arizona for the next week or two after that comes out.
You are 100% correct, and I may miss a week or two because of it, because I'll be running right there along with good old fuckhead. But All right, boys. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Week 6 recap episode of Dial In. Trying something new. We'll see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Much shorter episode, easier to get through. Love you guys. See you on Saturday. Let's dial in.
Dial in, boys.
Saturday morning, everybody.